Hi everybody, old guy here, and I love Kate Elliott. She's on my author go-to list, and her Crossroads trilogy is one of the best fantasies ever written. Yeah, she can be quite the polemicist. I am woman, hear me roar. But, her stories are so good that you just kind of don't worry about that. I've heard really good things about the Jaron and Crown of Stars series. I haven't run across them yet, I haven't read them. They're on the TBR. This one is supposedly her foray into YA, and well, if it is, then the YA crowd has changed a bit over the years. This is tough stuff. Yeah, there's the required young girl defying the patriarchy, and these sensitive, handsome hunk characters who are almost required by law now, and lesbianism and cruel, evil, what I presume to be straight white males. So we check all the boxes for YA. But there are some truly frightening moments in this that goes a bit past the YA ages, or at least what I think they are. So enjoy. So what is this about? Well, Jessamine, is the commoner daughter of a patron military officer, Eslatus, and his concubine, Kia, who is Afian, who were conquered by the Sarowies, who are the patrons. Now, Kate Elliott based this society on the Ptolemies and their incessant fighting to take over each other's countries and the exploitation of the Egyptians by their Greek overlords. Keep that in mind when you're reading this and you'll be fine. Now, Eslatus is low-born Sarowies and has risen through the military ranks to become an important officer, winning an important battle against one of the numerous enemies of the Sarowies and one of their numerous ongoing wars. And it's all incestuous because these enemies are all cousins and uncles and distant relations of the current Sarowies royal family. Eslatus could rise even higher, but he refuses to put aside his concubine and their 4 daughters and marry a Sarowies highborn. So he remains in the lower ranks until he has made an offer he cannot refuse and dumps his daughters and their mother in about 2 or 3 minutes after the offer is made. Nice guy. And he is a nice guy. The offer is one of those Hobson's choice, where he's damned either way, and so he chooses the lesser of 2 evils, one in which Kia and her daughters end up in relative safety. Or so he thinks. And this is where the true horror comes in, because what Lord Gargaron, the one who gives the Hobson's choice, does to Kia and Jessamine's sisters. Now, Jessamine is not caught up in this particular evil plot because she runs the Fives, which is a sport very reminiscent of American Gladiator, where 5 contestants have to run through these very confusing series of obstacles with names like rivers and trees that do not in any way resemble rivers or trees. I had a real tough time trying to figure out what this game was. But just go with your favorite Japanese humiliation contest game and you'll have an idea. Jessamine has been sneaking out of the house to train with an off-the-books Fives coach and actually enters a real fives contest where she throws the game because the winner has to unmask at the top of the tower. Did I mention they wear masks? They wear masks. And if she unmasks, then her father will know that she's been doing this, and well, he will be mortally embarrassed, probably lose his position, and Jessamy's mother and sisters will get sold to the mines. But hey, it's more important that Jessamy run these fives competitions than the safety of her family. So her becoming really upset at her father for casting them aside seems a bit hypocritical. The winner of the game that Jessamy throws is Prince Kaliarchus, who is every squee little girl's heartthrob. You know, might as well be in a boy band. And he's the titular head of the kingdom, of course, when and if his parents kick off. He's handsome and sensitive and personable and treats the peasants like they're real people. And he's really intrigued by the mixed-blood Jessamine, Sarawise Effian, when she is forced to join the royal court of fives by the dastardly Gargaron, who wants her in his stable because she's pretty good, of course. See, Gargaron figured out she was running the fives, but Dad never did. May explain why Gargaron has the upper hand. Kaliarchus and Jessamine have a romance, sort of, and he becomes the non-threatening male who is willing to help the obviously superior Jessamine rescue her family from the horrifying circumstance that Gargaron foists on them. It's YA. Just go with it. Now, I have no idea why this society is not plunged into vicious and bloody civil war about every other week or so, because these Sarawis are insufferable. They go out of their way to humiliate, insult their Ephraim peasants, and nobody would put up with this. I mean, we threw the British out for an elevated tea tax, and the Sarawis are light years above that. This is supposed to be a book about the effects of racism, because Jessamine is a mixed-race girl and gets an occasionally mild insult from someone, but it's actually class warfare. There is magic, but it's very small and subtle, and you're not sure if the priests are just advanced engineers or something. This is the first book of a series, and ends on a hell of a cliffhanger, so be warned. Am I going to continue with it? It seems so formulaic YA that I already know what's going to happen, although the scary stuff was intriguing enough to get my attention. We'll see.